Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaura, Jaya Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्री मायापुर धाम की,
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की all glories to Sangha devotees, all glories to Sangha devotees, all glories to Sangha devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Let's begin with a small prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kalamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanyitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parigana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschakadeshataya Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangu langayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dhyanacharinam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, welcome back again for today's continuing on with the discussion of the password for happiness that we started yesterday. So, of course, today morning we had a special session. How many are feeling enthusiastic? All of you? You're still feeling enthusiastic? So when we say yes, in Vaishnava community, in Garia Bhakti community, we say Hari Bol. Hari Bol. So we say how much loud you can. Could you be more louder than me? Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Oh, it's okay. Fine. So yesterday we were discussing, different things like why everybody actually they want to have happiness. Nobody wants suffering. कोई दुख नहीं चाहता, लेकिन अभी तो दुख आ जाता है. बिना बुलाए हुआ मेहमान के रूप में वो. Nobody can say that I don't want happiness. I need suffering sometimes. Nobody can say. Once I asked my friend, we were studying together in the college. We went for vocational training in third year. So he does that. I asked him, are you happy? He is a first class first guy. I know him. But he said, मेरा कोई problem नहीं. I'm happy. But next day only, he just running here and there. अबे यार सपनी लग गई है. नोट्स दे दे यार. किसी तरीके से निकाला. परेशान है. But just for the name's sake, he will say that I am okay. I am happy. Sometimes people say, कैसे हैं आप? ठीक हैं. Person in the hospital is on the bed. So many canals and so many things are put. And any relative goes to meet with him. He asks that, कैसे हैं अंकल जी? ठीक है ना? हाँ बेटा ठीक ही है. क्या ठीक है? जस्ट बोलने के लिए क्या बोलते हो? ठीक है. बट एक्चुअली इज इट ठीक है? तो वाई यू आर देयर इन हॉस्पिटल एट द फर्स्ट? So people they say that we are happy, we are ठीक, but actually in fact they are not happy. We saw that how this material world is actually the place where a person who is forgetful of Krishna, he will have one thing for sure, that is called dukkha. Not for everyone, for the only people those who are forgetful of Krishna. Because in jail who comes? Only those who are culprits, those who are ruffians, those who go against the government's rule, they only go to jail. And majority of the people, those who are into this universe, we are all those numayande log hain, those who has gone against the rule of Supreme God in his kingdom, his own kingdom. Of course, this is also his kingdom, but his own personal kingdom, his spiritual world. 99% people here are forgetful of Krishna, and we are also amongst them. So as soon as the living relative forgets Krishna, immediately he finds himself into troubles. And that's why Krishna tells that this place is called Dukkhalaya. This place is place of miseries. He didn't tell that because you are forgetting me, that's why I give this name, Dukkhalaya. This place is Dukkhalaya by default. Why? Because by default we are all forgetful. Because to have Krishna and remember Krishna, it's quite very much unlikely in this world. Likely is what? Except Krishna, everything is likely. But to remember Krishna and to think about Krishna is what's called most unlikely thing. Because we don't have any connection with Krishna, and then we readily go for satisfying our senses. We want happiness, actually want happiness. चाहिए क्या हमें? खुशी. खुशी चाहते हैं किससे? एक ऐसे इंस्ट्रूमेंट से जो कि हमें देगा अल्टीमेटली दुख. Because we don't have any option. We have only 5 instruments by which we can get happiness. Shrotram, Chakshu, Sparshanam cha, Rasanam, Granam, Evacha, Adhisthayam, Manaschayam, Vishayanupashevate. We all jivas, everyone, starting from Brahma down to a small little ant, everybody has only 5 ports from where one try to get happiness, forgetting Krishna. What are those? The 5 knowledge acquiring senses, through which manipulation of which, including mind also, because everything is combed with mind here, right? Shrotram, hearing something. Shrotram, Chakshu, seeing beautiful things. Sparsanam, touching soft things. Rasanam, tasting tasty things. Granam, smelling scents, different types of smells, right? Or different types of deodorants, or the scent coming from somebody else's body which has been put. Could be that also. Ras, Granam, Adhisthaya, Manasthaya. And this is all being Adhishthan, being controlled by the mind here. And the mind is having their own business, right? Mind goes in another direction, altogether different dimension only mind goes into future planning and lamenting upon the past which we cannot change. So a lot of mess we are into. And between all these couplings, mind here, the 5 senses here, and who is there upon the system? A soul. Oh, a horrible situation. Because these all 5 things which actually supposed to give him happiness, these 5 things will take him for the happiness, but deliver what? Miseries. है ना? आपने अमेजन पे लगाया कि मुझे चाहिए, suppose once I order what's called the mosquito net from Amazon. So one mosquito net cost 600. I ordered 6 mosquito because my devotees are there. So devotees are there, so 60. And so they ask for money for the 6, means 3600. I mean 3600 rupees. But they delivered only one, right? So this is what is happening. But today we are going to see how material things are actually not giving us pleasure but delivering miseries more. So we also saw the different causes of suffering. That day, immediate cause of suffering, remote cause of suffering, and ultimate cause of suffering. What is the immediate cause of suffering? We saw a particular thing. Like suppose we saw the example of Srila Prabhupada's servants Harishari Prabhu trying to set a nest or set a cavity in Srila Prabhupada's room, which was being filled up by birds outside birds, right? So for the birds, who was the creator of disturbance into their life? Those papers. But they are not able to see who is putting the paper. So who is putting the paper is Harishari Prabhu. The paper is which cause? Immediate cause or remote cause? Immediate cause. Being put paper, immediate cause, right? Then a person who is Harishari Prabhu is putting the paper, he is a remote cause, he is not able to see the bird. And who is the ultimate cause? Prabhupada is the ultimate cause. This bird coming to Prabhupada's room is the ultimate cause. He would not have come in the way Prabhupada would have come. So, the wrong place he chose to make his house. घर बनावा था कहीं, बना रहा है कहीं, right? So, living it is, they have chosen the wrong place to make home and enjoy their life, happy home, right? And there come so many causes out there. We want to become happy one day. That pursuit dissuades us. So now let's go ahead. The first we are going to see why we have actually many desires for which we go for. बहुत सारी इच्छाओं को पूर्ति करने के लिए आते हैं. And what is our hope? If that particular desire will get fulfilled, then I will get happiness. Right? कुछ इच्छा है, वह इच्छा हमारी पूर्ण हो जाएगी, तो हमें क्या मिलेगा? खुशी मिलेगी, accomplishment, खुशी मिलेगी, मजा मिलेगा, right? So that is actually many types of desire we have. Like why we want to enjoy through our senses. Like suppose you want to see something, you want to go to some beautiful place like Darjeeling or Uti or Kashmir and maybe Pahalgam or somewhere like that. Nice thing to see, very nice. Pahalgam के बाद में पहलवानी करने जाएं. But what they get, so it's not to talk about. Kaliyuga problems are not to be discussed. It's already seen, right? It's right here. It's happening in the eyes, right? Some days back I was seeing one memes. It was life. He is writing, life is so uncertain. You go for the job and you board a flight and that flight will crash. You go for the medical college for studying, the flight will fall on your hostel. You go for a trip, you go for a picnic or honeymoon, then terrorist will attack and he will kill. And so on and so forth. This was happening. Right? So we like to enjoy with our senses. There's 5 senses. Srotram, Chakshu, Sparsanam, Rashanam, Granam, Evacha. So then what happens? We want to enjoy, but ultimately it delivers what? Suffering. Every girl they see, like people they They go for sightseeing. For what? Not only trees only. They want to see the people also, right? But as much desire they have, are they able to fulfill it? Not at all. One boy was telling, अरे क्या बताऊँ यार, जिसको मैं देखता हूँ उसको लगता है कि मैं उससे शादी करूँ. So it's like, and as many girls that he is seeing, he is thinking to marry her. So this, do you feel like this is going to get fulfilled one day? Only the dream could be, but not in actuality. Many people, they want to collect a lot of gadgets. उसका कोई limit है. Any new gadget will come, you want to go for that. Any new type of feature of mobile. There are some people, they go for more comforts, air conditioned home, luxury house, something like that. Some people, they want name and fame, followers, everything. But actually, no one can fulfill all their desires. Some or other desires will get unfulfilled, whatever you do. But when desires get unfulfilled, what comes? More longing and hankering. And in that situation, somebody leaves the body, suppose, then what will happen? He will again come back to fulfill those unfulfilled desires. Because that's the principle of our taking birth again, right? Repeated birth. Why we are getting? Because of we had unfulfilled desire, and those desire came right at the time of death. And that will be there. Whatever you desire in your last whole life, unfulfilled desire will come at the time of death. And then again you will get another chance, another body to fulfill the desire. Just today only I was going. One youth boy, he drowned himself with the Ganga. Youth. I don't know what he was thinking. Whether he was thinking about Krishna while drowning, very unlikely, right? So there is nothing like you could fulfill all the desires. The second thing is that because desires grow faster than we can satisfy them. Thing is that first of all, everybody wants more. They are like this much is there, this much they can attain, but desire is more than that. Always it's more than that. But you satisfy that, then again desire will increase even more. It's like keep increasing. कभी कमता नहीं है. That's why it is told, because desire grow faster than we can satisfy them. When you start satisfying them, the desires even increases more. In a faster rate increases. That's like you can satisfy in arithmetic progression, and desire will increase in quadratic or geometric progression. Right? Increase more. Right? So lust, anger, greed, they all having different types of their own feats they want. Lust, I want to enjoy more. Greed says, I want more. Did mange more. Anger says, why can't I get what I want? Why this fellow come in my life? Why is disturbing my desires to be fulfilled? Anger says, why this fellow is coming in my life? I'll give him a lesson. So like this, there is no, we cannot catch up to the amount of desires getting increased. We are not able to catch up. That's the problem. So is there any way how we can catch up? Can we increase our propensity to enjoy? Is there any way of doing that? Like suppose we want to have malai kofta and naan. Suppose naan we say naan and malai kofta. गोविंदास में जाएंगे, बहुत खाएंगे, वहाँ बहुत से भूख लगी. And you went there and you said that एक नान में लग रहा है कि अब हो गया. यार आए थे तोड़ने के लिए 4-5, लेकिन एक में पूरा खत्म हो गया. और उसने नाम भी अच्छा नहीं बनाया यार, क्या गोविंदा वाला पैसा वसूल किया. Frustration, right? Anger will come. So actually, because our body is made up of five elements, matter, and our desires are spiritual, which is unlimited potential to increase into desire. And actually, we say we all are having our senses, that is spiritual only, but it is covered by material senses. Getting the point? Just like if you have a particular shape of your body and the cold season you wear a blanket or something or big gown or jacket wear, the jacket takes the shape similar as of your shape, है कि नहीं? वैसा ही सब मोटा तो मोटा लगेगा, right? The jacket you wear. Similarly, we all having our spiritual body, pure spiritual body, which have its all five sensory organs also with the mind. That is spiritual mind. But because of our unruly desires to satisfy the senses, unruly desire to go against Krishna, we have got this material body. A material body hai. So desire is the same infinite desires. In spiritual world, in spiritual life, there is unlimited desires. What of unlimited desires? To satisfy Krishna and to reciprocate with Krishna. Unlimited desires. Unlimited happiness, that's why. Desire to reciprocate. Happiness comes from where? I mean, reciprocation. If goods will not give us happiness, right? No matter how much money, but just give you, somebody will give you crores of money, crores of rupees of just 200 rupees notes. Now 200 rupees, no more legal tender. Like 500 rupees notes, 2 crore rupees, they'll give you. You'll be happy? And tell, बाबा 2 करोड़ रुपया लेके बैठो, दरवाजा बंद कर देते बाहर से, कुछ करना नहीं है तुम, खुश रहेंगे? हाँ? दो करोड़ खर्च कहाँ करेंगे? खर्च करना है, यस खर्च करना है. सो कितना खर्च कर सकते हैं? देयर इज अ लिमिट ऑफ इट, राइट? क्या है आपका फेवरेट आइटम? क्या है? जैसे कल आपने क्या बोला था फेवरेट आइटम आप? हाँ? पेड़ा. चलो पेड़ा खाने जाएंगे. आपका नाम क्या है? ऋषभ प्रभु. पेड़ा खाने जाएंगे. 2 करोड़ रुपया मिला है, 2 करोड़ में कितना पेड़ा खाएंगे? एक पेड़ा, 2 पेड़ा, 3 पेड़ा, 4 पेड़ा, 10 पेड़ा, हाँ 20 पेड़ा. 20 पेड़ा होया तो फिर अगले दिन वो टेढ़ा हो जाए. पेट दर्द दे रहा यार. उसके बाद एक दिन बोलेगा पेड़ा तो मेरा फेवरेट था, अब नहीं है. And sometimes what thing you like most become the worst thing in your life if you overindulge with that. If you overindulge with something, उसके बाद इतना बोरिंग सा आया, उसका बुक नहीं देखना चाहता या फिर उसको मैं टेस्ट नहीं करना चाहता, right? So this is actually happening because of our desires are unlimited. It's okay, that's fine, there is no wrong with that. But the system what we have got to fulfill the desires is having a huge problem. It's made up of matter, right? Through matter, the senses, the spiritual senses are working through matter. The matter के through काम कर रहे हैं. So that's why it has a big limitation, a huge limitation. That's why no matter how much of our will increase, we cannot increase as much as desire is there increasing. Right? It's not possible. So now we already did this. So just do this exercise of filling the blanks. Our desires grow in. You have to raise your hand. Okay, this is fill in the blanks. Okay, you have to raise your hand before you going to answer. Okay, those who will raise their hands nicely, straight like this, they will get the chance to answer. Okay, I am seeing who is going to raise, and those who are going to answer the most, they will get the gift also. If I didn't get the gift now, I will give you. Yes. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Hear nicely, attentively. Okay. Our desires grow in blind progression, while our power to satisfy them grows in blind progression. Question clear? Okay. You are correspondingly putting that? That's a wrong answer. Our desire grow in blind progression, while our power to satisfy them grows in blind progression. Yes.
Geometric and arithmetic.
Oh, nice. Just you need.
But you can put harmonic in the
Yeah.
closets.
So geometric progression goes desire and arithmetic progression goes uh, attentively. Attentively सुनना है. That's the condition. Okay, nice. आपका नाम अनुभव है ना? क्या नाम? अनुभव प्रभु के लिए तालियां. Yes. So gift तो पोस्ट डेट में आपको दे रहा हूँ, right? अनुभव प्रभु. Okay. So collect gift from me. Next. Even after ruling the whole universe, blank was disturbed because his little son did not obey him. If you're raising the hand, we'll ask the question. Please tell Prabhu. Rishabh Prabhu, yes. बोलिए. Even after ruling the whole universe, blank was disturbed because his little son did not obey him. Yes.
Desires.
Blank में the person name is there. आप हॉस्टल में हैं? Yes.
Is Prajajani
Is a person, one person. The one person. Yes.
wife.
Uh-huh. No? Who was disturbed? Yes. नाम किसका नाम याद कर रहे हैं?
जो राजा नहीं था,
हाँ.
जो अपना बेटा को क्या बोलते हैं?
Oh, yes.
नारायण उसका बेटा करता है।
वो नारायण बेटा करता था. बहुत करीब पहुंच चुके हैं. I can give you the hint. His name ends with who, and his name begins with he. Hiranyakashipu. Tanya. What's in the Rishabh? Okay. Thank you. I think Prabhu need water. I think he's feeling uneasy. Anubhav? At the time of blank, unfulfilled desires cause the soul to take birth again. Yes. At the time of death. Right answer. क्या नाम था आपका? Kaushik. Yes. Okay. Now be very attentive. Lust means I want blank. I want to blank. Lust means I want to blank. Yes. Yes. I want to enjoy. Kaushik. True satisfaction comes from connecting with blank. Yes? Godhead. God's Krishna. Right. True satisfaction comes from connecting with Krishna. Yes. So, सब मिल चुका है कुछ न कुछ. बस कुछ लोग बाकी हैं. आप दोनों को कुछ नहीं मिला. बाद में देखते हैं. Right. So, quiz. Now let's go to next. I have fulfilled my desire, silly desire of drinking water.
Yeah.
Can you give water? तो आज हम लोग now we are going to say 3 reasons why material objects cannot satisfy our heart. 3 reasons. Okay? Very, very important. First is that changeable and perishable things cannot give lasting happiness. Already we have seen that our senses itself is covered by matter. That's what our senses. But the matter itself, when we think it, the happiness is there. That itself is changeable and perishable. Like, suppose somebody feels like that he want to get happiness from something. Like he want to get happiness from new laptop, gaming laptop. As soon as the new gaming laptop comes, people get infatuated. They stop lifting the phone also. क्या कर रहे हो भाई? भैया छोड़ दीजिए, आज नया लैपटॉप खरीद के लाया, आज पूरा दिन क्या चलेगा? गेम चलेगा. अरे बोल. So this will go for maybe 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 5 day, 1 month. And after that slowly वो चला जाएगा सारा. Then again life will become dry. Changeable, perishable things cannot give lasting happiness. Like chewing-gum. Chewing-gum शुरुआत में कैसा लगता है? मीठा लगता है. चबाते जाओ उसके बाद टेस्ट खत्म हो जाता है. चेंज हो गया उसका, प्रॉपर्टी उसकी चेंज हो गई. बच्चे लोग क्या करते हैं? बलून खरीदते हैं. बलून जब खरीदते हैं तो हमको लगता है क्या यार, बलून इज द ट्रेजर ऑफ हैप्पीनेस. और हम खिलौना खरीदते हैं, पतंग खिलौना खरीदते हैं, हेलीकॉप्टर और द मोटर बाइक. एवरीबडी है इन योर चाइल्डहुड मोटर बाइक, चाबी दे के चला है. In one day go, second day इसका एक ही चक्का गुड़िया. Third day somewhere is there. No more happiness. Then he cries again. So it's not like only kids are having this issue, but even people are also actually playing with toys only. But that toys size increases. In childhood we used to have toy car, but in old age we get so-called real car, using 4 wheels, and anything happens, then it feels like, my God, one of our devotee, if action comes, you got a car, new car, double cylinder car, first class, and while you are going national highway, going to from Durgapur to Bardhaman, one truck wala came and just touched, and the whole side, this window and everything got scratched. And when it got scratched, then he thought that my heart only got scratched. So whole beauty of car is finished. So what the car was giving so much pleasure is not giving so much pleasure. Before he was so nice, double cylinder car is there. Then he came without car one day. I don't know why you are not using car. Arey bro, it's better to come with bus. Car so much of problem, so much of gas to be put, and also this driver is not behaving nicely. Car is having so many problems. So I take a bus and I come by bus. Hare Krishna. So this is what is the material things gives. See, I'm not telling you that you don't ride car. We can of course ride. But the attitude in which we can using things, that depends how much pleasure we are going to get out of it. Right? How much pleasure. When we use our things for the bhoga vritti, that makes it look very pleasurable in the beginning and miserable at the end. But we use things for the service of Krishna, then pleasure remains and it increases more and more. Right? It doesn't go to the outer look, but the values we are getting out by using that particular thing in service of Krishna, relation with Krishna. How it is so, we will see in future in great detail. So, first thing is that changeable and perishable things cannot give lasting happiness. Material pleasure is like a change of mirage. Mirage looks beautiful, but if you go there, but you don't find it so beautiful. It happens many times. दूर के ढोल सुहाने लगते हैं. सुने हो कहावत? लेकिन पास में जाओ तो इरिटेटिंग लगता है, यस, डरावने लगते हैं. या फिर द ग्रास on the other side of the hill is more green, right? But you go there, the same thing there. Similarly, happiness is something like that. Happiness में अगर उस पोजीशन पहुंच जाऊंगा ना तो मुझे बहुत खुशी मिलेगी. But you go to that particular place, you find that यहाँ पे भी खुशी नहीं है, वो खुशी वहाँ पे है. This is called mirage. This is called mirage. And mirage means you feel like it's there, but it's actually not there. And nowadays, in the age of social media, it's like one of my friend's friend, his life turned into horrible nightmare. How? Two sisters. One sister is girl, another sister is also a girl. But another sister had made the Facebook profile to be a boy, and she had conversed with his own sister for many years as to be a boyfriend of that sister. Are you getting the things? For many years. So that sister, you can fake it in social media, right? You could be a girl, you could fake it to be the emotion of a boy. And she was really faking. And she was actually kidding. But the kidding went into so much that she could not stop that so-called fictitious emotional conversation going on Facebook. So after 3-4 years, when she came to know, that boy was a fictitious girl, and she is none other than his own sister. She got a shock and she committed suicide. So this is like illusion. We are already into illusion. This material world is already into illusion, but we are getting illusion into the illusion. Function of the function, FOF. Right? We aren't. See, visual things are actually, if you go out to enjoy, it's not. But people get into more into illusion. Right? Nowadays, social media, games, horrible things. Yesterday I shared the story of one boy who killed himself after blue whale or something. There are many cases as such. And also there was one game or something long before, maybe, by which people were killing themselves. So like that. So people are actually foolish. They are running after foolish infatuations. And nowadays this spam of money. One of my friend, he got into this 500 rupees. So shared it and he got 500 rupees. Then it tells, you get into our group and you need to do some little things and you get a cheap money. You need to like videos, you need to share our messages, then we will give 5,000 rupees. So then 5,000 rupees are good. Then after that, they tells that you need to give your bank account details. We'll give more money. We want to give you more money. You just do the little things. Then after they did, and there was no response. 5,000 rupees given. Then after some time, they gave fake things like KYC and this and that. So many things they spoke. And after that, they claim, if you give 7,000 rupees to us, then we will give you 50,000 rupees. So 7,000 were given, but no 50,000 rupees. So again later on, if you give 10,000 rupees, then we give you all your acclaimed money. But there is no money given. Like this, there are many scams happening in this world. So this material world itself is a scam, and people are having scam into scam. Right? Things which are actually seems to be very pleasurable, if you go to enjoy it, then no one pleasurable. No one pleasurable at all. So that's the second thing. Material pleasure is like chasing after. Yeah, we have seen also in Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. Lord Sri Krishna tells how this material world is actually the upside down banyan tree, which is actually not the real. The material pleasure is ceases to be pleasure after some time. If you take something, it looks very nice, but if you indulge more than, it's not no more nice. ठीक है, लेकिन उतना अच्छा नहीं है. Just like that. Second is the whole world is built on the principle of duality. I think you might be feeling प्रभु जी क्या है कि इस बारे में बता कुछ नया बोलो, क्योंकि कुछ नया सुनने से पहले हमें जानना पड़ेगा कि what world we are actually dealing with. We must know it very well. Then we will see the true reality of the world, the true life. The whole material world is actually built on the principle of duality. Like what is today is happiness, tomorrow it will surely going to give you miseries. Today your best loving partner will surely turn into worst enemy. This is what happens. Lord Sri Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 38th sloka, he tells different types of happiness which is found in this. And he tells about mode of passion. In mode of passion, if somebody enjoys, then how it goes? Let's recite this very beautiful sloka from 18th chapter. Vishaya in samyoga
Vishaya Indriya Sanyoga
yattad agre britopamam pariname vishame tat sukham rajasam smritam. Vishaya Indriya Sanyoga, the happiness which is coming from Vishaya, sense objects, and Indriya Sanyoga. Like whatever happiness we are discussing, this is what? Vishaya and Indriya Sanyoga. Sense of taste and the Vishaya is what? Food. Sense of hearing and Vishaya is what? A sound. Sense of seeing and the Vishaya is what? A form. Sense of smell and the Vishaya is what? Scent. Sense of touch and the Vishaya is what? Goods, the things. Like a mobile, soft mobile, soft touchpad, or the soft body of someone. So you understand. So Vishaya Indriya Sanyoga yattat agre amrita mukmam. संयोग से जो चीज शुरुआत में कैसा लगता है, अमृत के समान लगता है. अमृत की उपमा दी गई है, जस्ट लाइक नेक्टर. यत्तत् अग्रे अमृतम. आहा, काश उसके साथ में एक रात बिताता. अमृतत्व की प्राप्ति हो जाती मुझे. People sometimes they go for such dreams. यत्तत् अग्रे अमृतम परिणामे विषमिवत. परिणाम लेकिन क्या होता है उसका? विषमिव, विषयवत. सुखम राजसम स्मृतम. ऐसे सुख को राजसिक सुख कहा जाता है, जो कि शुरुआत में नेक्टर लगता है, मजा है, और फिर बाद में सजा है. और सजा छोटी नहीं है, मजा थोड़ा सा था और सजा भर के. Purpose. You could also, I'll just write it. A young man and a young woman meet. Prabhupada is writing. A young man and a young woman meet. And the senses drive the young man to see her, to touch her, and to have sexual intercourse. In the beginning, this may be very pleasing to the senses, but at the end, or after some time, it becomes just like poison. Either they are separated, or there is divorce, there is lamentation, there is sorrow, etc. Such happiness is always in the mode of passion. Happiness derived from a combination of senses and the sense objects is always a cause of distress and should be avoided by all the means. ऐसा नहीं है कि okay, I will hack somewhere, somehow. I will get away from the miseries. I will get only happiness. That people, they, they'll suffer too much, a lot. Like this, some people say, okay, I'll just do lofarbaji, just no responsibility, nothing. Without marrying, I'll just do here and there. I'll do all different adultery. But they suffer a lot, too much. So they sometimes they come to the position of committing suicide also. Suicidal thoughts comes to them. Why? Because the pleasure that was before, it was like Amrit, now had turned into Visham Viva. Vish ka maan kar liya. Then he will die. He will die because of he has thought that Visha is Amrit, sweet poison. Understand? So this world is built on the principle of duality. Whatever is now seems to be pleasure, material things I am telling. Spiritual, like spiritual with everything in connection with Krishna is spiritual pleasure. Like how many of you had Harinam Sankirtan? How many of you felt like ecstatic pleasure in Harinam Sankirtan? All of you. So do you feel like having 1 hour of pleasure of Harinam Sankirtan? You feel like, no, my God, I feel like committing suicide. I feel like now I cannot lift myself. I feel like I'll simply die. Oh, my body is paining like anything. How many of you have danced in your barat or something? Huh? How many of you danced? He has danced. How many hours of dance you did? 4 to 5 hours of dance. After that 4 to 5 hours of dance, when you go to your house again, after marriage everything gets over. What had happened with you? How many years, how many days you slept? One day you slept. Yes. Yeah. But you are feeling still that pleasure? How much pleasure you got into that dancing? Huh? No. Yeah, thakawat, pain, right. And not so much happiness as we dance here for Radha and Krishna, right? That is spiritual happiness. I mean, you dance after that, somebody may tell you dance again, you dance again, but you don't feel like so much tiredness. You don't feel like that. Because the pleasure what we get in connection with Krishna is not with the duality, because this is not of this material world. And any pleasure of this material world, any type of pleasure which is connected with the 5 senses and the mind, is having certainly what is called duality. They will give this much pleasure. Could be, okay, चलेगा, इतना pleasure है, लेकिन उसके बदले में आपको इतना misery मिलेगा ही. Right? The mode of passion I am talking about, the pleasure of the mode of passion is like that. इतना pleasure और बाद में misery कितना? इतना. A lot of miseries. And pleasure in mode of ignorance is not actually pleasure, it's illusion of pleasure. And whatever pleasure people they get in mode of ignorance, pleasure of drinking wine is in mode of ignorance. Like there are some people they get accustomed or habituated of drinking wine. I don't know how they are feeling pleasure. I never tasted ever. But I was just thinking in my college days, when I came to college, I got my classmates, they were never my friend, but they claimed me to be their friend. They say, Swami, tu mera dost hai na? Yeah, beta, tumhara dost hai. So they used to drink wine, and they never used to go to college, right? And they used to have nice life. I mean, so-called nice life into their room. दिन भर रात भर वही सोए हुए हैं. They are having cigarettes, and pura bottles of wine is there on the rack. And whenever sometime I used to go into their rooms, they will say, बेटा सी ट्रॉफी देखो, ट्रॉफी है, ट्रॉफी को ट्रॉफी लगा के रखा है, बेटा तुम्हारे पास उसे लिखा नहीं करते. And whole semester they didn't study. Semester exam also they won't give. Some of them are staying year after that. College will say, बेटा जा, not fit for technical education. Take this certificate. You are getting graduation. So the pleasure in mode of ignorance is starting from the beginning of accepting that pleasure. There is actually not pleasure, it's misery only. So it's misery only. And there is something called pleasure in mode of goodness also. Pleasure of mode of goodness means pleasure of purification. Getting the point? That is mode of goodness. Like suppose somebody get up early in the morning. He gets up early in the morning, bhor vela, like 4 o'clock. He gets up. He feels fresh. Then take bath. He feels even more happy, right? Take bath. He wears fresh clothes. Have nice little bit of pranayam, and then he chants early in the morning. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. But the pleasure we are getting before chanting Hare Krishna mantra, that is mode of goodness. But as soon as you started chanting Hare Krishna mantra and you connect with Krishna himself, person, Hey Radha, Hey Krishna, please engage in your service. Then you get spiritual pleasure. You start finding spiritual pleasure. Right? But slowly, that spiritual pleasure increases, and there is no limit of it increase without having any duality. Otherwise, any type of pleasure, material pleasure, when we are accepting, we must understand that इसका खामियाजा हमें भुगतना पड़ेगा. आज नहीं तो कल वो पड़ेगा ही. आज इधर से रसगुल्ला मिल रहा है तो उधर से ही क्या मिलेगा? हाँ, उधर से ही मिलेगा थप्पड़. क्या बोले? आज इधर से रसगुल्ला मिल रहा है, उधर से क्या मिलेगा? थप्पड़ मिलेगा. आज जो पानी ठंडा है, मजा आ रहा है, उसी पानी में स्नान करने से हमारे उंगली कटेंगी. होता है कि नहीं? It happens. This is called the world of duality. ठंडा गरम, friend, enemy. Today's enemy, tomorrow's friend. Tomorrow's friend to after tomorrow's enemy. Sukh dukh. So like this. So this world is filled of duality. All worldly things are relatives. Relatives also. मतलब you go to some place, you feel like it's pleasure, but you find there somebody else is there. Like suppose, like, okay, I will go to that particular college. After getting into college, my life will be bindas in there. But you get into college, you find that हम शेर यहाँ पे बैठे थे, 6-7 लोग इधर पहले से बैठे हुए, to give troubles, to take ragging. The teachers are already there to give you so much assignment. I thought that getting into engineering college after that life will be fine. Successful हो जाएगा ना, जीवन सक्सेसफुल रहेगा. यही तो बहुत बोला जाता था. I also feeling like that. I get to engineering college, my life will be intact. Life will be bindas, no more trouble. So I got the rank in All India Engineering Entrance Examination long before JEE had 2 sections, so 2 examinations. All India Entrance Examination that you call. So I feel like, my God, I got a good college. But just news I got after that day, there was no more pleasure. But for that pleasure, I worked for 4 years, right? To get that rank, I worked for 4 years. I'll get one day, and then I will be very grateful. But same that very day I got the result. There was no happiness as such. No happiness at all. Then somehow counseling happened. I went to the college. That another big trauma. Getting the college and counseling system. And after that, another trauma starts, ragging, getting slaps every night, mass ragging, putting boro plus borole and sleeping. It's a horrible days. Right? So we'll feel, okay, wow, second year we'll go, then we'll also rag. We'll also get the pleasure. And by the time I turned into devotee only, so I could not get that so-called pleasure. I got into spiritual pleasure. I took sannyas from that type of material pleasure. People, they rag for what? Today I am getting this beating so that tomorrow I can get the pleasure of ragging others. There are many people like that. So this is a duality, right? So again, day after tomorrow they will again get beatings from their boss. And then after that they will get into marriage life, then another Leela will start, right? After that. People they think that ultimately क्या है? सब life में आ जाएगी कोई. What is the use of life without life is start after one gets wife. Right? Knowledge you get when you get into college. Right? Without college there is no knowledge. People they feel like that. But it happens opposite. People even more become more ignorant getting into college. I see that. भले मानुस अच्छे अच्छे खानदान अच्छे अच्छे कल्चर से घर वाले आते हैं बच्चे, and they become first class एनिमल बेवड़े बन जाते, फर्स्ट क्लास बेवड़ा. अबे छुट्टा फर्स्ट क्लास बेवड़े, फर्स्ट क्लास रफियंस, लंपटा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लंपटो. they become mode Krishna minus mode Krishna. Perfectly opposite. They want to just imitate Krishna as if Krishna, they are Krishna. They spoil themselves. So this is actually situation, but the real circus starts after marriage. So I'm not telling you don't get married. There are 99% devotees are married. But actually life, when we go for a material happiness, then there is a lot of misery. Happiness is this much and misery becomes more. We are saying the pleasure is just going one step ahead. You go to you are getting the company, you are getting into it like GET, there is an engineering training. Then after that you feel like, अरे कब तक रहूँगा GET, तो promotion चाहिए. और बॉस सही नहीं मिला तो फिर miserable life there. प्रभु प्लीज, डिवोटी ने कॉल, प्रभु मेरे लिए प्रार्थना कर दीजिए, इस कंपनी से निकल जाऊँ. उसी के लिए दूर हो रहा था. कॉलेज में जब था उसी के लिए दूर हो रहा था. TCS में लग गया, TCS में लग गया तो रो क्यों रहा है? कर कंपनी का. नहीं प्रभु मुझे जॉब नहीं चाहिए, प्रार्थना कर दीजिए कि मैं इस कंपनी से निकल जाऊँ, इसमें कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं है. ठीक है, he got into another company. प्रभु मेरी बॉस है, ये तो कोई चुड़ैल से कम नहीं है, प्रभु मुझे बचा लो. हाँ, मुझे कोई टीम चेंज करवा दो, मेरे कंपनी तुझे चेंज करवा दो प्रभु. बोले तो प्रार्थना कर देंगे प्रभु नरसिंह देव से. तो फिर कंपनी आ गया, अच्छी कंपनी, अमेजिंग कंपनी, अमेजन. लेकिन वहां पे भी जाके प्रभु बहुत चाप है प्रभु. फेस्टिवल में तो सोने ही नहीं देते. ये लगाओ, वैसे लगाओ, फलाना लगाओ, ढिमकाना लगाओ, हालत खराब हो रहा है प्रभु. क्या होता है? 16 माला तो कितने दिन से नहीं हुआ है, तो मैं पूराऊंगा कि 16 माला सभी दिनों का पूरा करूंगा. क्या जीवन हो गया है प्रभु, बताइए क्या होगा मेरा. प्रभु आपने तो अमेजन की भी तो प्रार्थना किए थे आप नरसिंह देव से, अमेजिंग मिला आपका अमेजन, तो आप मजा है कर रहे हैं. अरे प्रभु क्या होता है, न गिलने को मिलता है न उगलने को मिलता है, क्या करें कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड इज लाइक दैट. लाइक दिस 20 years will pass, देन कंपनी वाला था तो बूढ़े हो गया, प्रोडक्शन उतना तो नहीं, नए नए जो इनोवेटिव लोग हैं उन लोग को समय देना चाहिए. आप निकलिए, आपको रिटायर करते हैं. देन लाइफ बिकम्स लाइक no word, because if you don't earn money in the material world, you don't have any monetary value, you're not contributing to the family and society, then people will discard you. Like your same own people will tell you, बूढ़ा क्यों टर 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 कर रहा है, चुपचाप बैठ, खाने पीने को मिल रहा है खा. Life becomes miserable. So like this, pleasure is relative. Wherever you go, there is always some. You feel like higher things are there going to come, but you go there, you find that problem are more. So in this way we see, we do not know in every situation when we are seeking happiness with changes of material things, but the changes of material things are giving in fact miseries only. Why? Because we have lost our password of happiness. What is the key of happiness? The first thing we must know that In this world, material world, nothing can fully satisfy and give us pleasure. इतना तो हमें पहले जान के सेव कर लेना पड़ेगा, ये फाइल को इंस्टॉल कर लिया नहीं, ऐप इंस्टॉल करते हैं, ये ऐप इंस्टॉल कर लो क्या कि नथिंग ऑफ दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड इज गोइंग टू गिव मी हैप्पीनेस. ये ऐप इंस्टॉल कर लो, क्लिक इंस्टॉल, फाइल डाउनलोड, वेयर इन हार्ट, नथिंग ऑफ दिस मटेरियल कैन गिव अस हैप्पीनेस. ये डाउनलोड कर लिया, इंस्टॉल हो गया. 14 श्लोका देवी ये गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्या मामेव प्रबंधन्ते माया मेता. This material world is Trigunamayi Maya, is made by illusory energy. But if anybody surrenders unto me momentarily also, I will give him relief. I will deliver him from my illusory energy. So I thought, let's give a try. ठीक है, ट्राई देते हैं. लेट्स हैव एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑन दिस श्लोका. देखते हैं कृष्णा कितना अपने भक्तों के रक्षा करता है. अगर मैं सोकल भक्त अगर हूँ भी तो इफ यू कंसिडर मी even though I'm not even a abhas of bhakta, the shadow of a bhakta, but still I give a try. So I went to the college. It was so much pain, and as soon as I entered into podium and I started speaking, for next 1.5 hours there was no pain at all felt. No pain, zero pain. While giving class I think pain कहाँ चला गया. फर्स्ट क्लास स्टार्ट होने से पहले इतना पेन था, अभी पेन गया कहाँ. देन क्लास ओवर, देन पीपल स्टार्टेड, बहुत अच्छा क्लास था सर, ये वो, ये मैम वो सर, ये गिफ्ट वो, देन इमीडिएटली पेन स्टार्टेड. चलो यार मेडिकल कॉलेज चलते हैं, ये सही में बस रहने दो भैया, गिफ्ट दे दो इधर, चलते हैं मेडिकल कॉलेज. चाय में बाद में चाय ऐसे पीते नहीं, पानी में पिला दो. Immediately we took the bike and went to medical college, got the treatment, and somehow I got cured. But that day I really felt like considering ourselves to be part and parcel of Krishna and submitting to Krishna's reverence is the immediate solution of any soul whatsoever, in whatever position he is in. Because our relation with Krishna is not new, it's very old and eternal relationship with him. Any time we choose to connect with him, immediately Krishna extends to help a jiva. It's a proven fact. The only thing is that living entity has to give a try for this relationship. So more will give try for the relationship, more realization will come. And when that happiness will come, oh, Krishna is reciprocated with me, my dear Lord is reciprocated with me. That pleasure and happiness is far, far superior than this petty happiness of this material world. So that's the way. And Lord has made this material world to function like that. That it will give you trouble. You go for enjoyment, she will kick you like anything. That's actually Durga is meant for, right? We discussed yesterday. So to kick us some or other better, cha, आगे बढ़ कृष्ण की तरफ, चरण में घुस, चरण की शरण ले. For that purpose only, nothing else. So माया मुक्त जीवेर नहीं स्वतः कृष्ण ज्ञान, जीवेर कृपाए कैला कृष्ण वेद पुराण. So we are स्वतः spontaneously कृष्ण स्मरण नहीं होता है. That's why जीवेर कृपाए कैला कृष्ण वेद और पुराण. तो हमारी ऊपर कृपा करने के लिए भगवान ने क्या दिया, ठीक है, मुझे स्मरण नहीं आती है, एक बुक है, उसका नाम है भगवद गीता. You read the book and by that you will able to remember me. You read the book Srimad Bhagavatam and through that way you will able to have a relationship with me. So out of great causeless mercy these books are given to human beings, so that he could actually momentarily, spontaneously he can have all the solutions, the problems of life, as well as eternal life once he perfects this process. He gets the spontaneity of remembering Krishna. Like we are now forced, we will be kicked by Durga, then we remember. But that remembrance would come spontaneously, right? Like we remember our loving things always, right? Suppose somebody gets into love with a girl, 24/7 he remembers, isn't it? Isn't it? I don't know how many of you are the realization of it. could be, it happens. Pratipadam, every step. Kirtaniya, Smaraniya, Sada, Maya. So it goes like that. So similarly, that has to be one day, then loving reciprocation will increase, then we have an intact and spontaneous relationship with Krishna. And that is the success of life. And in that life, if you leave the body, and next life you will end up in Goloka Vrindavan. It's not so very difficult, it's easy. And there are many souls that are able to do it. The only thing is that we need to transcend that. The things of itching, titillation, we need to tolerate and focus on Krishna. So by these words, lesson clear also, I thought of completing it. But the content of this particular thing, somehow I could able to deliver that. And now just after 2 minutes I have another meeting. So I ask for your permission to move quickly. Hare Krishna.
We are very much grateful to प्रभु का बहुत ही बिजी शेड्यूल है. तो अभी जैसे ये क्लास है, अभी प्रभु का इमीडिएटली नेक्स्ट क्लास है. अभी 5:30 मतलब 5:30 से भी नेक्स्ट क्लास चालू हो जाएगा. भक्ति शास्त्रीय कोर्स होता है इस फॉर्म में. तो उसका कोर्स अभी क्लास प्रभु जाके टाइम पे स्टार्ट करेंगे. तो इतना बिजी शेड्यूल में प्रभु आके क्लास दे रहे हैं. तो बोले आपको क्लास बहुत अच्छा लगा है. हम लोग प्रभु को अपने ट्रेडिशनल स्टाइल में प्रभु धन्यवाद देते हैं 3 बार हरि बोल के. हरि बोल हरि बोल.
This book you can give to maybe they can.
अभी हम लोग संध्या आरती अटेंड करने जाएंगे ना. बंद कर दो. कैसे बात होगा? सुनो कोई बाहर नहीं जाएगा. सुनो